What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Clyde's Mechanical. Now, I like to throw you guys curveballs every now and again. We don't just work on cars around here. We have other stuff that we have to accomplish, but it all revolves around a garage. We've worked on an air compressor. We've worked on a weld table or a work table. Today, we're gonna be putting up a garage door. That's right, a garage door. And I'm gonna do it myself. Everybody at the house is at work today. I took the day off because I got some deliveries coming in, so I figured, hey, let's make a video putting up this 10-foot garage door. Now, I will tell you, I have put up the 16-foot garage door. Don't ask me why in my goofy head I thought putting the 16-foot up to practice would be the smart idea, but I did it. And like I said, here it is. But I did, and there it is. And if you'd like to see a little bit of that clown show, watch this. Alright guys, we're going to no professional garage door installer.
Fun fact, my husband thought we got two-tone doors. Let me show you. But yet, it was just color on it. And that comes off. And that's what it looks like right now, because it has green. But that green stuff comes off. Also, another fun fact, you don't have to have someone install stuff. You can Google it and do it yourself. And
I know, I didn't Google. I looked at the instructions.
Okay, he meant read, so that means he quickly read.
I don't know, Mom. The stripe's growing on me.
The stripe's gotta go.
Now, what I did learn from that was how to put it up a lot easier. I also had two people when I did it, which may have hindered, may have helped. And I got to enjoy Mama. Mama actually filmed me that time. So you might hear her voice in the background. That's Mama. She don't really get involved a lot in the YouTube thing, so it's nice to have her out here every once in a while. Now, let me tell you, the reason I wanted to put one up before I showed you guys was this. I wanted to show you the changes I had made from the new garage doors to the old garage doors. First of all, I'm fine. I'm getting a motor put back on it. These motors have been gone for years. I did put the old ones up 20 years ago, and style has changed a little bit, but I also went a foot higher on these doors to give me more headroom. You see where the rail's hitting right here. That gives me more headroom in here. I'm also going with the wall style mount instead of the, see how that one's mounted right there in the middle? That gives me extra headroom, extra space, so forth and so be it. Now you're probably saying, Steve, why are you doing this? Because I got projects going on everywhere, right? And I don't know why I'm saying it. Y'all don't really care why I'm doing this. So let's get into it, okay? So we're gonna take those three loose right there. Then we can start taking panels off. Then we jump out. First of all, if I could ever get anything out right, I would do it. Loose. What I like to do, wait, since I'm sending this to somebody, I'm gonna mark these panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that's just so they know the order to put it back up. You're gonna want to take these loose individually from the bottom. So take the top loose from the bottom, top loose from the bottom. So leave this attached to the bottom, leave this attached to the bottom. Now the rest of it's just pulling that wire down. Save some extra wire because you're gonna need it to hang some of these new rails right here. And you don't wanna be wasting no string for this. Now, there's a couple more things that I've got to do that I should have done before I even hung this one. That light has to go up probably 6 inches. That light has to go up 12 inches. Got to take that box down. Got to take that box down that was holding the motor up. What else we got here? Oh yeah, I got to run a board from the top of that seal to the top of the rafter right there, because that's where the spring is going to mount. And I also have to move these two lights up. So I'm going to do that. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let y'all, I'm going to empty my SD card because I got a bunch of stuff mixed on this thing. So let me go do that right quick, and I will catch up with you when we're ready to install the new door. All right, folks, I'm back. Picked the wardrobe change. No, it's not the next day. It's the same day. I just went in there to get something to eat, and I was drenched in sweat. So I had to change my hat and my shirt because, I don't know. When you get in air conditioning, shit gets cold. I don't know why. Old nips got hard, so I had to change the shirt. Anyway, got the prep work done. Check this out. Motor box is gone. Raised the lights up. They're in the trackway. I moved the tracks for the old door back a foot. See there? Back a foot. Matching with this line here. Good God. So you see matching here and here. Look how much headroom we got, guys. I love it. Now, the first thing I want to do before I do anything is go ahead and put the side and top rails together. Top rails, side rails. I want to put those together this time. Now, this thing comes with instructions, but they are generic, and basically they just give me a blowout. Then it says if you want detailed instructions, you need to scan one of these Diablo codes here, and it tells you up to date, which I can't see on my phone to save my life, so I pull it up on the computer, and it gives me the same crap there, just a whole bunch of written words that I ain't about to read. So I'm just going to show you what I learned off that one, and I learned a lot off of this one to know what to do on this one. Now, your box of goodies is going to come with rollers, pulleys for the spring, cable for the door, holder for the bar, center for the bar. These are for the top panel. This is for the center. If you was to have a cable driven or a belt driven motor like I had before, this would go to the center of the door. Hence putting pressure on the middle of the door. We will not be using that. Lock for the inside. A rope just in case you get frustrated. And a whole sack full of bolts there. Get you a good view of what I got going on here. This goes to the left side. You can tell because of the brackets. If you can't tell, it's got left and right on it. But this is the left side. This side makes the L, right? Makes the L, right? This side. Just like so. And you flip it. Here's our side rail. Slide it right here. And you'll know which side is which because only one side is going to fit, right? And as bad as it sounds, I'm just going to dump them because I hate going through bags like this. You ain't got to go too much, just stack her in there. Now that everything is up, y'all see that line, that wire right there? I've got to fish the end of this rail right here through that line, okay? Bring it back far enough you can get it slid through. There you go. And we're gonna get right in that wire right there. So hang on to there. And straight over like this. Just like that. Both rails bucking in. Of course, I don't have them tighten down to where they're just not going to fit, okay? That's adjustable, right? I like to work from the bottom to the top so I know everything's straight. The last time I worked from the bottom, top to the bottom, and it screwed everything up. These are our panels. We have 5 panels. We have one 24-inch panel. That is going to be the bottom panel. Not only because it has a seal on it, but I'm going to show you. This thing will tell you where to put the panels at. Okay? Each bracket is numbered. That's a 3 right there. That one should be 1. Let's see here. There's my knife. Been looking for that. Ooh, that's hot. 2. That'll 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that's 4 just because it's still got a thing. 5 will have nothing on it because that's where we're putting the overhead brackets on. All right. Got the old glasses on. Got the old sun visors on. There. You know you got old when you got some transitional glasses. That's what I'm talking about, Jack. Now, if you didn't know where the other garage door was, this would be the time where you would take one of those garage doors, line it up in here, and basically make sure you're level. I basically know where the other garage door was, so I'm not really concerned with it. But this would be the opportunity you have to take that door up there and measure on each side and make sure you got the same distance so you don't have a crooked ass door. So this one, the bottom door is actually going to take 4 rollers, okay? Other ones take 1 apiece, or 2 apiece. So we're going to take 4 rollers out of here. If you're wondering what the reason is, I didn't put all the tighten the rails down at first all the way down. It's because I have to have room to put these rollers in. So what you do is as you go up, you start putting screws in. That helps you keep everything lined up. Then you can go buckling down, okay? Don't go torquing anything until everything is installed. Then you can torque till your heart's desired. These are floating rollers. That means they don't fasten, they just float in there. Gotta fit that thing in there like that. First we go sideways, put it in. There we go. This is where you want the flexibility. Right here, right? Even though we're in, we want that flexibility to be able to get our rollers in there. Feel better about that. Take a look at it, make sure it's straight in your eyes, okay? Because remember, this first one, if it's not straight, the rest of them are going to go up crooked. You don't want the rest of them going up crooked, because then the door's going to go blam! It helps if you, it'll help a little bit if you was to turn it around where it goes. You don't have to, but it helps. And just make sure you knock your door on everything in sight. Anyway, you have to take it back because it's going to speed up. Now take one of your rollers. Take this screw right here you put up here earlier. Take it loose because you need to play around a little bit, okay? You're going to get that thing just right. And park her in there, just like so. Then you can bring your screw back in there. Remember, don't tighten it all the way down. You ain't trying to fix it where it lasts, you know? This is where you got to play around, line this thing up. You don't want to crooked. And you'll know about where you got to line it up to. There's holes in here to tell you. There we go. Flush it up on each side. And I go with 2 on each. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put 4 more screws in it, and then we'll go to the next panel. That's easy, guys. As simple as that. Panel per panel, just one panel at a time, one piece at a time. That's all you got to do. Yeah, all right, guys. sweating my gonads off. Look here. My door jamb is bigger on one side than the other one. Oh well, about to cover it up anyway. All right, here's where we're at. Got these 4 panels on. They're fastened in. I've even tied it in right here on the side, so these are all good and tight. Tighten down the ends right there. Of course, I know they're crooked, but it's all right. As long as I hold the door up, right? That's right. So now, we're going in with the top panel. There's a few things we got to do to that top panel before we can stick it on there and roll with it. So I'm gonna lay it right here on these rolly things. All right, guys. Now's the point where we're putting all this little knick-knacky stuff on here. Now this, guys, is a strut. It's supposed to go right here on the very top door. And it's more or less in case you have a center mounted, and they feel like crap. The reason I didn't put it on the other one, I got them all right here, is because we don't need them, guys. We're not picking up from the middle of this door. We're picking up from the outside of these doors. This is, in my opinion, we don't need them. If we need them, if I feel like it's getting too stressed, I can go back and add them afterwards. But each one of these things has struts where they're lifted right here. The only one that doesn't have it is the top, and it's really got no pressure on it. It's just going around the bend. Now, if we were to have the opener where it's right here, pulling in the middle of this thing, then yes, we definitely would have put a strut there to keep that, to distribute that pressure around the side. But since it'll be picking up from the sides from each one of these pulleys, and the openers right here from the side, that should be no issue for us. So we're gonna leave the struts off of these doors. I don't feel like it needs it. Plus it adds, this thing is actually really, really heavy. Wow. So imagine me putting 4 of those on that big door right there, how heavier it would be. And I didn't go, and for some reason, it didn't come with 2 springs, it came with 1. So the less amount of weight, I can't talk to you guys right. The less amount of weight on that door, the less stress it is on that spring when we go to tighten it down. And you know, you're supposed to be able to pick these things up one-handed once that spring's taut and everything's good to go. So that's what we're going for, guys, okay? So come after me in the comments, you garage door stallering guys, and tell me that my shit's gonna fuck up. Come at me in the comments, tell me my stuff's gonna mess up. Yeah, it's fine. I like to live life on the edge of my seat, guys, you know what I mean? All right, these 4 are gonna install on this door. This is the only door, the only panel that we have in the whole set that doesn't have rollers or anything else. This is for the roller on the top. So of course we've got to install, oh crap, knock the door over. We've got to install this thing first, right there. And then a rock knocker. So let's put those on. Of course, those are going to take side. Hence, there's no reason to hold it because there's nothing to hold. I'm talking to myself like I'm a moron. People gonna make fun of me on the internet. People gonna make fun of me on the internet. What does I do? What will I do? I've probably said so much crap in this video, and people that install garage doors for a living are gonna be like, this dude is insane, and that's not how you do it, and his garage doors are going to fall off in the driveway. Oh, tripping over struts. All right, here, going up, going up, going up. about it. Went too far. I went too far. That one kind of buckled in there, doesn't it? There we go. Alright guys, I think that's gonna do me for right now. I gotta go pick Saw Dog up from schoolhouse, but look at there. All 5 panels going on with absolutely no help from nobody. I did it all by my lonesome in here. And although it is a hassle carrying both ends of this thing around and doing all this, it can be done, it can be accomplished. Like I said, that 16 footer is probably gonna be a little more difficult. That's why I waited at least for my son to be here to get it done. But yeah, let's go see what it looks like on the outside here. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. Oh yeah. She looks good. She looks good. I like it. You can kind of see right here. It's not closing this tight because we got to push it out. It's stuck out a little bit. So once we pull it in a little tighter, it's gonna close that gap. But man, this looks 10 times better. I'll give y'all before and after when we get done. I'm gonna go get Saw Dog. I'll catch you in a little while. All right guys, we are getting closer and closer to the final install of these garage doors. And I know it looks great right now. Look at this headroom. Can you imagine when it's opened up, it's gonna feel like another ceiling up there. It's not gonna be like right here. You know what I mean? Just feels like open space. That's what I want, open space. But don't get ahead of yourself now. It's not a time to be relaxing and Bojackson. You know what I mean? It's time to really buckle down, because this is where you start tying stuff in to make sure this bad boy screws in right. So you plop back there on the ultimate budget beater bill, ultimate budget beater bill. And what we're gonna do now is line up the top lags so we can make sure everything's level and we can get ready to stick her on. You know what I'm saying? See how much is pulled in right there? We need to pull that out just a hair. So I'm gonna get the pry bar and a couple of lags and we're gonna run in there. It's time. What our design looks like. Ooh, that looks nice. Up and down, that's what we're looking for. Now we got to do the same thing on the other side. Then all that's left is the spring. And the spring is, I'm sure, what everybody is worried about when it comes to garage door installations. All this other stuff is easy. Any kind of long arm monkey man can do this, like myself. But it's the hard part. I'm just kidding. Anybody can do this. That spring, listen, I'll tell you about the spring when we get to the spring, okay? I really want to get this door working. It's so hot in here. So hot. I feel like I'm in a cave. Okay, we're tight right there. We just need to pull it in a little tight right here. And then we have a clean door. Man, that looks good. Looking really good. Looks good, don't it, Pies? The kids aren't as impressed as I am on it. Hold on.
And I'm gonna explain to you why. The instructions were just asinine, right? First of all, the setup of spring that I have, they have nowhere in these instructions or online. I had to actually Google-fy what I needed to do with the spring. Now this spring is already mounted to the, I don't know what kind of bar that, to that rebar right there. To that electrical conduit. And so it's already on there. Now in the center of this door, like you see in that one, there's a pivot point. That is this right here. We will go ahead and mount that in the middle because that's what's going to hold up the center of it. This right here bolts. That right there bolts to the center of that spring, right? Now each end is going to get these bearings. Right side, left side. Right side, left side. Let's go ahead and break these bearings loose. So we'll have to do it later. Just take your big man paws or lady paw. Oh boy, hit my finger. Anyway, just take your man paws or lady paws and just twist them till they break. 2 pieces already. Now these is what messed me up. I've got to actually flip these around because these go to the other side. Cable flies right in here. Of course, this is left side, so it's gonna go right here. Cable will be right here. You taut it up through the first level and then we tighten the spring. It's not that difficult, but when you've never done one or you have done one and it was done with a mechanism, it's really hard to get it right the first time. So now we know we're going to get it right the first time, and that's what we're going to do. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead, get my level, here, take this bracket, and go ahead and mount her somewhere close to the middle, okay? Now I'm probably gonna favor this side a little bit because I want a little bit of that bar sticking out on this side because of course that is what the garage door opener is gonna grab to open and close it. So I want it to favor this side a little bit, but not a lot. So let's get up here and mount this up right here. It's pretty simple. Take you some more lags. I've got these fancy red ones. I got these fancy red ones here, so I'm gonna put those just for shits and giggles, I guess. Take your level up there, just make sure you got them level. There we go. I'm just gonna put 2 of them in there. That looks good. And that's kind of what I want. This one rotates and this one doesn't, so I'm gonna go with the rotating one. I don't know. But anyway, these 2 bolts right here are for your spring to be mounted to that bracket. Then of course, we've got our bearing. Goes in the bracket. Now we're putting this on first before we put the brackets on at the end. This is what I did not do last time. I wish I had listened to myself last time, but it didn't. So. What it do, guys? We are inching closer to our complete garage door installation. What up, Bo Cephas? Now I'm almost ready to torque some springs, which I know y'all are excited for. But first I want to take and put this motor up there so I know exactly how long my shaft has got to be.
His shaft.
Do you have to talk when I'm on the camera phone?
About to drop him off.
Okay. I love you.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Just do your thing, bro. All right. This is all the crap that comes with this thing. Amazon Chamberlain brand. They've come a long way since my day of installing these things. Used to be. Now this is a wall mounted unit. You know, you got the ones that are belt or spool or whatever driven that goes over top with which I had before. This is gonna give us way more headroom up top. We ain't gotta worry about this hanging down. We ain't gotta worry about pressure on the middle of our door. This is gonna go directly on the shaft in a direct drive. So we're gonna use this to get us a guesstimation of how far out we need our pole to be. Coupling here goes onto this. And of course, it couples onto our drive pole. I don't even know what it's called. But it's gonna go side by side, gonna go on this side of it. Remember, we're working with a little headroom here. Exactly the lightest thing in the world. Damn, you left me hanging, huh? See y'all later. Love you. We ain't exactly messing with the most headspace up here because it's only 10-foot ceilings. I got 9-foot doors. Now this is a reversible machine, which is good. That means I can put on this side and that side on the same side and use the same outlet for both of them, which is always a good thing. There we go. Now, I want you to take note of where it is sitting, because we got a record right here we got to put on, okay? Again, take notes. Oh shit! That about got ugly. That about got ugly. Not gonna lie. Now this next step is a doozy. Probably one that y'all been hankering to see this whole time. And you're gonna need a set of vice grips for this one, okay? And I'm about to show you why in a second. Now you're gonna need a set of vice grips. Used to be a little boy. Yeah, you. We're gonna bring our cable up from the bottom. Right up here. And we're gonna come around to the back side. And there's a little notch right here. Drop it in the notch. And you wanna make sure you're started in the first row right there. Good and tight. Okay? Now we're gonna hang on a minute. And you want to put them against something and clamp it down. That way there's no movement in your wire, in your bar. Now your bar can't move anywhere, okay? That's step number one. I'm gonna go get a wrench and finish tightening that down a little bit. because I want 2 bolts holding it, not 1. And I don't have any room up there to work with. Now our conduit's tight, and our pulley on the right side is tight. Leave your vice grips there, and we're gonna go do the other side. I'm gonna leave y'all hanging right here, hanging out, and I'm gonna do the other side, and then we'll jump on the spring. Spring is the fun part. Now guys, you remember the 2 bars I was cutting out earlier? That is what these 2 are. Now for you sadistic folks out there watching, this is going to be the part you want to pay attention to, because if something goes wrong, it can easily damage me. So if you want to see a high pressure situation, this might be it. Okay? Now we're gonna work this way. We're gonna push the spring this way. That way when we tighten it down, the tension is coming back this way, putting on the same direction as the cable. You want the cable to want to be pulling back the same direction. Now there is as far as I remember, there is a certain amount of turns you're supposed to do this. I think for like 10-foot doors, it's like 30 turns. This is a 16-foot door. So I may have to go 40. I'm not really sure. I didn't read the instructions that well. So we're gonna go till it feels right, okay? We'll tighten it down, go down there, feel it, and do it again. Three, 4, 5, 6. Alright guys, we got some working garage doors. Really come together at the last minute, I ain't gonna lie. Getting them all lined up, drawed in was pretty rough. Let me take you in here and show you the new motors we got on here. We've got 2. I'm talking about 2 brand new side mounted motors up here. Little cricket, it's all right. You see the wires, got some new sensors down here. Automatic door locks on each side. Buttons mounted on the side. I'd like to thank Bojo for helping us out. Lined everything up, everything's going up nice and easy now. I'm enjoying it, I like it. I can't do no better. Now guys, the main reason I'm showing you this on video is to make sure y'all know that this is possible for anybody to do. As daunting as these big doors look to put up, it's possible. If you have a little help, it's even better. But you can do it yourself, and that's okay with me. Save yourself that money. That means more money we can spend on car parts, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Now I promise, next week we're gonna jump back on some damn vehicle maintenance type of stuff. But this week, we had some stuff to take care of. But there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. It's probably not up everybody's alley. It's probably not something everybody's gonna want to watch, but let's face it, they're not watching a lot of my stuff now. So, if you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe. I got more stuff coming. Remember, there's always opportunity to upgrade your work area to make you feel better. Even just a little upgrade on the outside can change your mood on the inside. And that's what we're looking for, that motivation. Okay, I ain't got to lift that garage door by hand no more. I'm going to go work now. I don't know if that really works that way, but that's how I feel about it. So remember, if you don't know what you're doing, pretend like you do. Watch this.
It's nice. I like it a lot.